Hello, and today's question from an IT leader is, I haven't led a change before. Any tips? What tips would we have?
Okay, quite a few, I would
Yes.
think. Quite a few. So let's make the assumption, just for purposes of the conversation, that it's either delivering a new process or a new way of working or a new technology, but they're introducing something and responsible for the change, the project to get things done. So there's certainly some resources that we can share on this one. We wrote a book a little while ago, a short book a little while ago, all about change, which will certainly help and get you started. And there are probably some other book recommendations that we can make. In terms of starting you off immediately, the number one is to focus your energy on why. If you can completely understand why it is that the change is taking place, and by understand I mean you can both understand and begin to explain that to other people. So what does it mean for the team? What does it mean for the organisation? What does it mean for the customers? What will they be able to do after the change that they can't do before? Get close and personal with why it is happening in the first place. If you can't explain that, you've almost lost the battle straight away. A classic thing would be we're implementing some software, a new service management tool, an IT service management tool or something in our teams. Well, what was wrong with the last one? Why would we bother? What advantage is it going to give anybody? If you don't have that narrative, you're never going to get a team of people behind you or working shoulder to shoulder with you to help drive that change.
I think that's really important too, because not all change you're going to necessarily stand behind. So there might be change happening that you need to get right in your own head. So, get the words right, find the positives, because you've got to bring your team with you, whatever happens. So I think that's really important.
I would certainly say it's the number one responsibility of any leader, full stop, is to connect people to why, connect people to the destination. Do that and it unlocks so many other doors. Don't do that and you're forever fighting, wondering why people are behaving in the way that they are. So that's number one, is get people to why. If you can back that with some real data that starts to say, this is what people will be behaving like in the future, these are the results that we will see, that helps, both helps colour in the picture, but those people who like a bit more data will enjoy that.
Yes.
Second, no, go on, you were going to say something. Don't let me dominate.
No, my second point was, it's always going to take longer than you think.
Yeah.
So a change doesn't happen in 2 weeks or even a month. It could take a lot longer.
Years.
So breaking it down so it's a bit more palatable, so you can see things in stages, is always good too, because then you can celebrate the achievements as you go through.
Yeah. I liken change, or I think about change quite often, like imagine a shuttle trying to break orbit. It takes an awful lot of energy to get there, and you need to keep that energy up for a very long time in order to get it anywhere. So you've got to think about change in that way. Just announcing on a Monday morning that we're going to work in this way from now on won't achieve anything. You genuinely have to be with that change for a long period of time. So some stamina is probably tip number 2. To Juliet's point entirely, if along the way you can celebrate and call out the successes, that will help to gather people to the storm, it will help bring people together. And in regards to that, people that are close to, or people that are particularly keen and bought into the change, give them as much freedom and capability to help you implement that change. So bring together Kotter would call it a guiding coalition, bring together a group of people that help to drive that change, so it's not just on your shoulders.
What I love about that is when you get some of your fans, go along the way, and when you're feeling a bit low because it's just hard work, you'll find that you'll get brought up by your team too, and it keeps that energy going. Yeah,
I had that once. Earlier on, I ran a change where I completely got it, and I knew exactly where we were going, and I knew the value that it was going to give, and I still to this day believe it would have done, but I forgot to really tell anybody about it. And I kind of almost remember, almost literally turning round to say, what do you, and there was nobody there. because I hadn't done anywhere near enough to get that group of people driving. They couldn't see the vision.
So that's the next point, is get your team together and keep them together.
In a short video, that's probably all we can give, but I would recommend downloading our ebook, because that is helpful. There are other resources available, of course, and indeed some of them are linked and mentioned in the ebook anyway, so we'll add that. Just as a brief summary then, number one is connect with why. You are making everything harder for yourself if you don't spend time on that. And you can even imagine you're going to spend a day a week on connecting people to the destination of the change. That's the kind of emphasis you need on this. Work with a team, so get the people, the fans, I like that phrase, who are connected to the change together, and pick each other up. Share the successes and make it a cool place to be. That will really, 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 really help along the way. And as I say, remember, it's going to take a long time. If you need to pivot and change strategy, so be it. Keep your head down. New Year's Day changes and New Year's resolutions don't work for a reason. It's because we don't carry on. I think that's 3. I could go on for hours about this one. So.
Good. So we hope that helps. If you have a question you'd like us to have a chat about, please do let us know. Otherwise, we will catch up with you again soon. Thank you.
Thanks.